Is it about men and just not communicating?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Hey, I'm Omar.
And I'm Georgia.
And we are doing the
Nova and Boba Co-Founder Couples Quiz. So I think the format of this is that we are going to ask each other questions about ourselves to test how well we know each other and our compatibility. And if we're not compatible, then we're breaking up.
That's
and
it, company over.
Yeah, and the company's done.
Yeah. Right then. Now it's time for questions about Omar.
CEO more.
Okay. What's my most unconventional business belief?
That everything should be built in Europe.
Yeah.
You hear that, Project Europe?
Yeah, you hear that, Project Europe?
Omar's your biggest fan.
Exactly. If we're gonna kill Meta, we got to do it from Europe. Okay? You heard that here first. Okay. What's my biggest weakness as an entrepreneur?
I wouldn't necessarily say. Well, maybe it is a weakness. I'd just say it's something in which we're incompatible about, and obviously the company's strength comes from us working really well together, so it can become a weakness through that.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of what we touched on before in terms of some like communication stuff.
What is it about men and just not communicating? Yeah. Can we talk about that? And I got to be more proactive. That's true.
Yeah.
Nice. What's one company I admire and wish I had founded?
I mean, something like Nvidia, which just like played the fucking long game and just really now runs the world. Yeah,
the Nvidia are cool, and also they started off with gamers, and shout out the gamers out there. So yeah, that's a very good shout. They're doing awesome things. That's definitely a point. Who would I say is the most annoying university that we have worked with?
I actually said that we weren't going to answer this question, not because we didn't want to spill the tea, but because we just have a boring answer because none of the universities are annoying. Like, we learn something from all of them. So
true. And also, like, to be honest, we, instead of going like up, down, like going to universities, like the administration and then whatever, we've just been working straight away with students and societies. So that's actually a great point. And they've all been pretty great.
We avoid, I'm sure all universities are annoying if you work with them.
Yeah.
We work with students. Exactly. Thank God.
Okay, cool. I think that's a point. Who would you say had the business idea first?
Interesting. This is an interesting one. For Youni, for what we're about to launch, me.
Yeah, it's very possible. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a point. Oh, we're about to launch. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Are we disclosing that?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Basically, you're going to be able to search and find anything to do in London. So you're going to be able to like go on the computer and be like, hey, I want to go dancing this weekend with my friends. And it's going to say, here are some events.
We're building the future of free time beyond just the university campus. And we want to open it up to everyone when they come home from university and also people that have left university. And it's something that I started doing manually from spreadsheets of just collating the best things to do each weekend in London. And loads of people will be like, George, I'd like give them planned prescriptions for their weekend of things to do. And now we've built tech to do it, which is going to be sick. And I cannot wait.
So yeah, launching soon. Okay. Points. I think that's a point.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
If I could live anywhere in the world to grow my business, where would I go?
Shout out to Project Europe for the second time. Omar would stay within Europe. He'd build a moat around Europe. Yep. You definitely stay in London, but I think that you would take trips to San Francisco from time to time, but you'd build it from London to prove that things can be built here as well.
100%. I think that's a point. That's got to be a point. We want to stay in Europe. Anyone who's sick, wicked, awesome, talented, you heard this here first. You do not need to go to America. Look at the news. You do not want to go there. It's finished. Okay, it's finished. I love you guys. You're awesome. Your government. What's the one thing I spend too much money on in the name of business? It doesn't have to be company money. It could also be personal money. It could be both, either.
Okay, well, company money I know because I see everything. So it would probably be...
What would I like justify to myself maybe as like, oh, it's going to help me be like, I need it because it's going to like make, I don't know.
Vapes?
Yes, correct. Freaking nicotine, man. It's a sin. It's an addiction. It's horrible. Do not smoke. Do not.
What was that reaction? Why is
Everyone's laughing behind this, but it's true. Okay. That's a point. You got there in the end. That's a point. What would you say my biggest strength in business is?
I would say you have two. First, crisis management and like calmness in communication when shit hits the fan, which is most days. So that clear thinking when problems are like thrown at you, and then really clear, structured communication and thought.
I think I don't know what my strengths are, but I think that's probably roughly right. Cool. That's a point. George is doing really well. And that's all the questions. Hey.
Right, Omar, who would you say inspires me creatively?
So I'd say on the business sides, Melanie Perkins.
Yeah, nice. Founder of Canva.
And on the kind of visual music side,
Well done.
artsy side, someone like Lyrical Lemonade, maybe?
Yeah, 1 point for Omar.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. What is my guilty pleasure business-related podcast, book, or YouTube channel?
You watch quite a lot of like tech content.
Yeah.
And like kind of like tech bro content, which is quite funny. So scrolling through that.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely. No point.
No point? Fine.
I like this one. Who would I say initiated us working together? What do you think the story was?
Well, the story was I was working on something in its very early days called MyScroll, and the name fucking sucked. Let's be real. MyScroll. I mean, come on. And Georgia, we'd met a few times, but Georgia kind of came to me one day and was like, Omar, we've got to call it Youni. I've got all these like logos and assets and a whole brand image and strategy for it. And I was blown away. And I was like, thank God, because I was so lost with that stuff. So
Yeah, that is the story. And it was me.
yeah. So point?
Yeah, point.
Let's go.
What's the biggest business risk I've ever taken so far? Because I hope to take many more.
Well, I think, to be honest, probably coming to work with me on this together. Because like you could have done so many other awesome things and probably made a lot of money. Well, that's true. Probably made a lot of money doing it. So I'd say probably that, but I don't know, maybe there's something more specific.
That's interesting. I don't see that as a risk.
Yeah.
So no point. Choosing to do like more of a founder-led brand and like just put myself as the face and see if that landed. I was quite nervous to do that.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
scary. Putting yourself on the internet is scary. Thank God I don't do it that much.
If I could partner with any celebrity entrepreneur, who would it be? You know, I actually don't know yet. I would want to be the one that people are partnering with, and until then, I want to build up more of a series for myself before I just like leverage other people at someone else's audience.
Yeah.
Probably my answer. No points. Who would I say is my favorite entrepreneur of all time? I think you know this. It changes, but there's one person that I talk about a lot.
Steve Jobs?
I do talk about him a lot, but it's not him.
And it's not some of the ones I mentioned already?
No, you haven't mentioned. It's a man.
Oh, the Nike guy.
Not Phil Knight.
Phil Knight.
Not Phil Knight. He's a legend, but not him.
Damn, I don't know. Who?
Brian Chesky.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Yeah, Airbnb's freaking awesome.
Creative co-founder of a tech company, which is why I'm specifically inspired by him and his ability to problem solve in the weirdest fucking ways.
Yeah, he's cool.
If I could steal one person's business skills for a day, whose would it be?
So, famous person, I don't know, maybe like a Sam Altman or something like that.
Totally.
But someone technical, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, let's go.
What's my go-to productivity hack?
What's that app called?
That I've told you to get.
Superpower? Super mode?
OmniFocus.
OmniFocus. I knew it had something.
It's a really
like
good app
Marvel-esque.
that enables you to time schedule your tasks and to present them all as next steps.
OmniFocus sponsor Georgia. She's telling half of London.
I
to
rang
use the
them
app.
just to tell them that I loved their product. They were like, "Do you have a complaint of a bug?" And I was like, "No, just I really love the work you do." But yeah, point.
Come on.
My biggest pet peeve while running a company. Oh, you should definitely know this.
I know this. It's gonna be like planning and timings and like comms. George is very good at giving like a quick like sort of summary bullet point thing of what's up. I'm less good at that kind of thing. I'm a bit more of like an unstructured chaos person.
I would say that and over-promising and under-delivering.
Yeah.
Cannot stand. And missing deadlines. Cannot fucking stand.
Yeah.
So half a point for that, please.
0.5.
If I suddenly got 10 million investment, what's the first thing I'd do with it?
I feel like at this point, having in-house like a kind of content team to support you.
I actually think first this is a tech company, I'd invest it in tech.
Yeah.
But then I would just run through everything that I can't do in order.
Yeah.
And hire someone for each of those roles.
Nice.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Hey.
Scores are in. The scores are in. Who won?
Not me.
Georgia!
Georgia won! Yeah, it kind of probably goes back to the sort of meta trash thing. Like, I need to work on my
communication
and understanding of people, you know.
Yeah, I know Omar better than he knows me, but
I'm probably better than I know myself. That is probably without a doubt. And that's the beauty of a great co-founder relationship.
And this is our Nova and Boba co-founders couples quiz. Thank you, Amber. We love you.
Thank you.